Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gamer Grudge X.
Like, that's probably the first thing somebody shit talking says, yeah, well, Santa isn't real. And they'll be like, wait, what?
What?
Are you serious? Think about it, dude. Some fat guy going down the chimney. The child predator.
Yeah, we're starting this show off well. we're live.
Are we
You
live?
know, it's funny, just looking at it, Bryce, you are not on your screen at all.
Not,
so
I'm
it's
not.
okay.
It's okay, yeah, because Santa Claus doesn't exist, guys. Oh!
You said it first.
I didn't.
We weren't live yet.
No live detected.
You didn't tell me we were live.
I'm sorry. Look, kids, if you're to the kids that are not supposed to be watching Santa Claus.
We were just working on a sketch. It was, you know, like,
no, we gotta rip the Band-Aid off these son bitch. He don't exist. Your parents bought that shit. Appreciate them.
Anyways, welcome to Gamer Grudge, and please ignore the Santa talk. I am a host.
Yeah, you are. You damn right you are.
I am a host named Mist, who is also going to be jury, judge, and executioner, timekeeper, and everything else, because why not?
Nice.
Exactly. Why? Why not?
Because, you know, we're cleaning house, firing everybody we don't need.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of this episode, this will no longer be Matt's channel, it will be mine.
I mean, you do got the...
Who I'm going to run it with his nephew, Malachi.
Macaulay?
Caleb. Hello.
Oh,
Hello, you there?
Hello.
Is he here? Oh, there he is.
there we go.
The pools.
Yeah,
It's a pool of
the
pools.
other pool, who I haven't seen in quite a while. I think it's been almost a year at this point.
Has it? Caleb? Been a year?
I think so. Like, the last time I had an interaction with him.
Yeah, I think it was like over a year.
Yeah, it was a year.
We are also here with Bryce,
Konnichiwa.
who is up for the spot for a finalist. Yeah,
Yeah. Start for
Okay.
semifinals, yeah.
Oh.
Semi-finalist. Okay.
It's news to me. Playing hard
And
enough.
Mac.
Wish you would have told me that.
Who's here?
Yeah, I'm here! I'm here!
Oh,
I'm here!
with the studio shirt on.
You damn right.
Yes.
Look at this shit. Oh.
Beautiful.
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice.
You might want to give credit where credit's due.
Mist made this, guys. Look. Woo.
Is that right?
Yeah, she did.
Yes,
Nice.
that's actually
She
true.
did design it, yeah. And it's probably across all of America for all we know. We don't know, but we want. If you see this, if you're watching and you got this shirt, let us know in the chat because we want to.
I'm not on it.
Well, sorry, Bryce. I apologize. We'll get you on.
All right.
Well, let's get this Gamer Grudge started, and I'm not in control of anything, so I have no idea what Mac is going to do next.
You want me to go with the rules?
I can't do anything.
I got the rules. I'll show you the rules, everybody.
Hit them with the rules.
All right, here are the rules. The rules are there are 4 questions per round. The person with the point is awarded to the person with the best argument, not the best answer. If it was the best answer, then this wouldn't be a fair matchup. The fighter with the most points will win the entire fight. But if there is a tie, we will move to a PvP round. There are 5 phases in Gamer Grudge. First phase is the introduction phase, where you just state your answer. That's all. There's no answers, no nothing. Just give us your answer and move on. Phase 2 is the declaration round. This is where you argue your points for your answer. This is not attacking nobody else's answers. You are simply giving us your reasoning for your answer. And you get 3 minutes to do this. Phase 3 is the grudge round. This is where you tear down the argument, but keep it above the belt. But, you know, this is where you literally just tear down the person's argument. Yeah, tell them that their answer is strictly bullshit. Phase 4 is the last minute question round, where we give you a last minute question, basically either to give you a rebuttal or we have a question set up for you. 9 times out of 10, we're probably going to give you a rebuttal, but we try people here at Gamer Grudge. And Phase 5 is cleanup and fact checking and the verdict of the round.
Crash right out.
Hey, we're back.
Oh, we're back? Oh, okay. Are we doing the montage?
Do you want to do the montage?
Mac, you're in control.
Let's do the montage! Hey, are you ready to grudge? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, let's go. Whee!
How annoying and how terrible of a character Claptrap is. However, I will give you a couple things. The R2D2 reference. If Claptrap and R2D2 were anything alike, I would actually shoot myself.
I'm into that.
Well, Mrs. Patman would literally go under the mistletoe and she would look at him and it's like, wow, you're a big fan of Patman. Yes, I am. Mistletoes can be deadly when you
All right. Enough with the Batman references.
Game right here. Is it a bathroom game? Yes, it is.
ready to run! I still gotta fix it. Look,
the red line underneath the word means fix it, okay? It doesn't mean add.
But then all of a sudden, White and Nerdy comes on, and you're right back in it.
You're right back in it, yeah. Where they you?
So speaking of being right back in it, we are back.
To the
All
show.
right, let's get this episode going.
All right.
So we are on question 1.
Question 1. Ready to go.
All right. What is the best non-mainstream mascot? And we're starting with Mac. What is your answer?
My answer to this question is the one, the only Conquer Pocketails.
Conquer,
Right.
as in Conquer the Squirrel.
Conquer the Squirrel from Rare.
All right, Bryce.
My answer is Juan Aguacate from Guacamole. Or Melee, depending on what side of the river you're from.
Is it the wrestler guy? Because I had to make sure.
Yes.
Okay, I have to make sure. I should make sure.
The luchador.
Luchador. The luchador. Okay. All right, cool.
All right. So I'm going to get the timer because we are going to put 3 minutes on the clock, which I have now.
All right.
Mac, explain why you chose Senior Concours.
All
Go.
right. Well, here's my reason for picking Senora Conqueror. The
reason why is with Conquer, he is technically he's a mascot. You know, when you think of Conquer, when you think of mascot, you think of a mascot can do multiple different things. So in the beginning, Conquer was technically for kids with Conquer Pocketails. If you remember Pocketails, he was originally this cute, cuddly little squirrel that could do. It was just went on adventures. And on the Game Boy version, it didn't do well. But for what it was, here's the secret about Conquer Pocket Tales. Originally, what we got with Conquer's Bad Fur Day, which I'm going to get to, is what they originally wanted to do with Conquer Pocket Tales, but they scaled it back because they wanted a cute, cuddly character to make it Conquer. So then, they were like, all right, fuck it. Rare's like, we're going to do what we wanted to do in the first place. And we want to do this. And Rare was like, they gave us the awesome game that we know today, Conquer's Bad Fur Day, which gave us the foul, stinchy, cussing, violent, crazy Conquer Bad Fur, the Conquer that we got today, the Conquer that we know and love. And for a while, Rare has literally been looking at this thing. That's what makes him a good mascot. Is Rare before then, Rare hasn't had anybody that was like noticeable, besides the licensed games. Like, for example, even with Joanna Dark, people didn't know Joanna Dark. They didn't know Joanna Dark from that game series. Hell, people don't even remember Battletoads. They don't remember those. They don't remember those NES games. But the one thing that they do remember, they remember that Squirrel Conquer. Conquer is the one enemy that they remember from Rare. They remember when you put Conquer and you be like, Rare Games, and you say Conquer. Oh, I know Conquer. Conquer scaled so many generations that people are demanding to come back. It's so good that when Xbox literally bought the game series, they literally made Conquer live and loaded for the Xbox. So Conquer is the definition of it when it spanned generations. And it's still going because there was a lot. They made another game with Conquer. They did another one on Xbox. And they did another game with him. And people are still raving about this character. He still lives on in Rare. So people know who Conquer. Conquer has reliability. You can put him on any daggone platform. You can put him on anything. You can change him with the scale. He can move the needle with any type of thing. You can put it towards kids. You want to put him towards kids? You can put him towards kids. If you want to put him towards adults, you can
stop. Alright. Okie Bryce.
Wow.
Reckon I sound good with my tongue.
Yeah, I mean, that's how my coworkers say it. The Spanish ladies in the kitchen. Although sometimes they forget the B, they just call me Rice.
It's a good thing you picked a Spanish-influenced character then. So,
right.
Bryce, explain Senior Juan Avocado.
All right. Ready? All right. So when we're talking about best non-mainstream mascot, we're talking about, maybe something that's not from a mainstream development company. So maybe an independent company. And that's why I chose Juan Agugate from Guacamole. I like to say Melee. People say Melee. You're going to hear me say Melee a lot. I just read it how it's written. And my middle name's Lee, so, there's that. But why is he the choice I made? Like I said, he's more of an independent company, not as well known. But then you have the cultural representation that you kind of touched on. Juan is rooted in Mexican folklore, a lucha libre, and a Day of the Dead, which is, it's rare in gaming mascots, and it brings a certain kind of authenticity and depth. The genre innovation that was around that game, it blends Metroidvania exploration with brawler combat, with different mechanics that we don't see a lot, but just mechanically rich and narratively layered. Lots of lots going on there within that story and that culture. There's a lot to draw from. But then as well as the visual identity, the bold colors, the stylized art, the transformations like turning into a chicken, make one instantly, kind of recognizable and stand out from other gaming mascots. There's the, Juan's journey. It's heroic, heartfelt, fighting for love and a balance of worlds. Something that you don't see a lot in, like I said, he just has a lot of depth to his character and the story that you don't see in a lot of gaming mascots. Usually gaming mascots are very simple. They have a catchphrase, they have a couple little, and maybe a dance or something, but this guy keeps it, there's a lot of depth. There's a depth there for sure that we don't see in a lot. What else can I say? The game is amazing as well. But if we're just talking as mascot perspective, this guy stands out as somebody that's not, a mainstream mascot.
Right. Actually, those are some pretty solid arguments, not gonna lie. Alright, so there's 5 minutes on the clock. You guys got your pants up?
I have not done this in a while.
Yep, let me put my pants on.
Yeah, let me pull my pants up. Yeah, let's go.
Pants on, dicks out.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Same time?
Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. All right. Okay.
The metaphorical dicks. Gotcha.
Never did this online.
Sure. Right. That's what I meant. Anyways, 5 minutes on the clock. Not sure if Caleb is still there.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
He
was unmuted.
Yeah, I should have said pause. But
All right, so 5 minutes for you to fight it out. Also, hi, Scott. And go.
Come at me. Come at me. Come at me, bitch.
So with your, like I said, I kind of, hinted at it. You're from a big company, Rare Made Conquer. Like, this guy's already known. He's not a non-mainstream mascot. We know him, but also he's just, relies on the crude humor and the value, which there's not a lot of depth there.
You're right. You're right. You're right. But also, like I said, they did.
And I mean, what is he?
He
A
has
squirrel or something? Like
he has balance. There
look
is
at a luchador versus a chipmunk.
What? Hold up. Time out. We look. I seen a little show called Mucha Lucha. It was pretty cool. I like Mucha Lucha. Look, we're getting a lot of. There's a lot of shout out to all the Mexican wrestlers. I love Mexican wrestlers. They're all cool. They're amazing. Shout out to all the people of the WWE. Love them all.
Like I said, you're relying on crude humor, shock value. Yes.
I'm not relying on shock humor.
Which you would think would come from my choice, being that he is an actual wrestler. You think that would be?
Humor. I'm not really relying on shock humor. It's really not the shock humor that literally makes Conquer. It's literally taking.
It's not the gameplay.
It is the gameplay. It's not just about the gameplay. It's the memorabilia.
Platforming,
everybody knows who Conquer is. Everybody knows.
There's no emotional depth or cultural relevance.
It's not about cultural relevance. It's about.
It applies to a very niche crowd, bro.
Bryce, at the end of the day, you got a kid. I got nieces and nephews. Who you're gonna sell it to? You're not selling it to the adults because adults are not gonna sell. You're gonna sell it to the kids. And the kids are gonna want to pay what they're gonna do. If you put Conquer, you can scale down Conquer.
And 40% of gamers are over 30 years old.
30% of them are younger too. There are young gamers. Most of your gamers are playing on a phone today.
A large part of the market. Because
part of your gamers today are playing on a damn phone these days.
The story that everything brings, the
they
art
don't care
styles,
about story. They're playing
the
on the
stories,
phone.
the music, all the things that go into
Fair.
it.
That's true. That's true.
When we were kids, Conquer was great.
Conquer had story. Conquer Bad Furdy had a story. Yeah,
Conquer Bad breaking the boundary of cursing and little
Oh,
vulgarity.
Conker it was
but
not
there's
just
no
cursing.
depth.
He was trying to
That's
save his
my point.
girlfriend.
With my guy, the luchador, Juan, he has depth. He has a story. He has, something that
What's
keeps
his story?
you
What's his story?
driving through the game.
Bryce, what's his story? What's his story? I want to know this.
To beat that ass. There's a lot of ass.
That seems
That's
really
what I
One
remember.
note. That's one note.
Where mine is just literally just the man, just literally
Some
a
curse
girl
words and titties.
The word, them titties suck. Them titties are crap asshole. Them titties are assholes. Titties suck. Not just titties. He was
If
King
I'm
Panther.
looking at a game and I'm like, whose game should I buy? The chipmunk guy? Or
He's
the
not a
fucking
chipmunk.
bat
He's a squirrel.
luchador?
Stop
And
disrespecting Conker.
it's called guacamole. Like the name alone is hilarious.
I mean, the
Conker's
name
back
alone,
for a
yeah.
day. It's got some humor. You can tell it's a humorous game.
It's a
but
humorous
it's
game,
not
it's
as
cool.
funny or punny as guacamole.
Okay, so we're talking about game.
If we're going into game, I mean, we got the enormous, the literal mountain of poo. We got poo. I'm the mighty poo. I'm gonna take your head and stick it up your ass. Talking about poo humor. Come on now, mighty poo. Boom. Got that.
Guacamole is just it's a more fun game. It's a funner game. Whatever
It's
the
not.
right way.
Well, we're not
to
talking
say
about
it.
gameplay though. We're getting off track. The gameplay we're not
mean,
talking about. We're talking about the character. My character is well
Yes.
noticeable and well known. I admit that I'm not trying to say your character is not known.
He was. He was.
Exactly, he was.
I think Guacamole is more relevant than Conker's.
Conker is still relevant to this day because people know. If you literally put a picture of Conker,
because it's
people
rare.
will know.
Because it's
who he
rare.
is.
It was bought by Microsoft. It's a big.
Exactly.
It's a
And
big deal
why did
now.
Microsoft want to buy them? Because they know that Conker and all these other characters.
But that's my point. He's not an underrated or unknown.
He's an underrated because
mascot.
some people forget about some people forget
What
that
they do with
Conker
it?
was with
Did they
Raiden.
remake it? No. They
Yeah,
just said,
live and
we got
loaded.
it, and here it is again.
What?
Conker's. What did they do? Did they rebuild it? They remake it?
They remade it.
And stop.
Never heard of it.
So I was fun arguing with you, Bryce. Son of a bitch.
Okay, so Caleb, do you have any question for them?
I got a question on because the question was who's the best non-mainstream mascot? Like, what are we basing that off of? Like, are we talking about like as a character, like as like how good the game was, or like who would be the best mascot?
That's a good question.
I'm trying to see, like, that's what I'm confused by. It seems like it's a lot, y'all arguing about a lot of, like, different stuff. The question is very broad.
Okay, then let's narrow this down. Let's go with marketability.
Okay. Fair.
Because with marketability, you could be talking about the game, you could be talking about the look of the mascot, you could be talking about merchandise. It all goes into the same pie.
Okay.
Fair.
So Matt,
Yes.
revive Conker.
Revive Conker, marketability.
Yeah, yes. Tell us why he is actually marketable in our Lord year of 2025.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so here's the thing: why Conker could be marketable, because a lot of things today, a lot of kids today are more into crude humor than they were back then, and you could tone down the violence a little bit with Conker. You could literally do a lot of things with Conker. You could sell plush toys with Conker. You could do loot boxes with Conker. You could do so many different things with Conker, including making a new game. There's so much things. Conker is not only marketability, he's likable. You could tone down the violence. Yes, there is crude humor. You could tone that down a little bit. You can everything that you're talking about with the lewdness and everything can be toned down and made into marketable. And the things that if you tone it down a little bit, you can make Conker really likable. I mean, look at games out today. We got games like The Binding of Isaac, which is really dark, but it's a really, really dark game, but people play it. And people do play it. Hell, Undertale, dark ass game. People know who, everybody knows a character from that damn game. Everybody knows characters from that game. Everybody knows Flower the Flower. Everybody knows everybody knows the characters. They know them. That's what I'm saying. Conquer can do that. You can scale it down to violence and make it marketable to people today. He can do it. It's easier to do with Conquer than it is with the characters here. That's all I got to say about it.
Okay. Bryce.
So how to we're selling him as the marketable mascot, right?
Yeah, sell him like he's Sonic or Mario.
Well, I like I said, he's got a little more depth with the the cultural representation. I think that if we were to sell him as more of a add a little more depth to him, but make him a cultural mascot, for a younger Latin generation, which is a rapidly growing population, and we don't see a lot of representation of them in the media. So I think that Guacamole Juan would be easily marketable and approachable in that sense for a widely underrepresented market in the Latin community.
Okey-dokey. So before we go to sorry.
That versus a chipmunk.
He's not a chipmunk, Daddy. He is a squirrel. He is a squirrel. Damn it. I have to lose my mind.
All right.
This is why I retired.
Okay, so Zach is in the YouTube chat, and he says, Captain Commando, Leisure Suit Larry was better. Would Conquer be considered cringe if he came out today with no legacy? I remember when this came out. It was covered in Easter eggs or for other indie games. Scott here, yes, he's actually in the Twitch chat. Bringing Conquer into modern day would turn into Duke Nukem Forever. Surprise anyone other than me play Guacamelee, who could be an icon. He is dead wrong about kids today. They're Puritans.
Fair.
I'm fairly certain that's all towards you, Mac.
I know. He's always doing that. I'm prepared for him. I'm always prepared for Zach. Yep. I'm prepared for Zach. He always set this up. Look. I'm having fun. I don't give a fuck.
Right?
Yeah.
Bryce
wins, he wins. I'm having fun.
Fact checking. Bryce, you do know that Juan does have a backstory.
Yes. But,
okay.
I'm trying to expand on it
because it's actually quite an in-depth backstory.
Right.
I'll be
in
back.
fact, it's more in-depth than Conquer.
Oh!
I'm not going to read it all, but it's actually, it's a lot more than what I thought about this character.
That's why I kept saying the depth of it is.
And Mac, I think you were pretty spot on with what you were saying. Although Conquer first appeared in Diddy Kong Racing.
Did too? That is true.
Really? Nice.
That was actually his apparently first appearance was in Diddy Kong Racing.
Yep.
But then he expanded from that point.
Yep.
With his last appearance in Young Conquer, did not know that was a thing.
I forgot about that.
Huh.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Young Conquer.
All right, Caleb, who is your choice in this round?
I feel like I would pick Conquer. I just feel like, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Before y'all start talking about it, I had to look it up because I didn't know neither one of them. And I looked at both of them. Which one looks more marketable to me is the Squirrel Conquer. I don't know. What was it? I've heard the game before. What's the game called again? For the Luchador?
Guacamole.
Guacamole. Yeah, I've heard of that before. But I don't really know. I don't know why I'm picking it, but I would pick Conquer.
All right, so one for Conquer.
Being honest, I ain't never played neither one of them.
Fair.
You see, there's a reason why I said 2025 marketability. Because what Bryce said is actually true. We're all about representation here now. And so, in terms of cuteness, I definitely can see Conquer being marketable in terms of cuteness because you got the stupid Labubu thing going on now.
Yeah.
But at some point, I feel like that's going to die out quicker than racial representation.
Fair.
So for this round, I'm going to go with
Bryce.
Bryce.
Bryce,
So
Bryce wins.
for right now, it's half a point to both of you.
All right.
Well played, Bryce. Well played.
Yeah.
Good answer. I literally
I
had
didn't
to look
think about that. That's actually a good point. Because I really I picked Conquer based on like the appeal, like the looks.
Yeah, that's why I picked Conquer. Really, it's the appeal and the looks. And I had to listen to his argument. I was like, I don't have nothing against his. But...
And see, my other thing that I was thinking about was, okay, so Conquer is kind of in lieu of Sonic. I know you're going to hate when I say this, Matt. Bubsy.
Yeah.
But, you know, those types of characters. You can even throw Bugs Bunny in there, if you get what I'm saying. Like those kinds of cutesy animal type.
Yeah.
How many do we have of racial representation?
Not a lot.
And so that's where my mind went in this year. If you ask me
Gonzalez.
this, like,
we don't talk about Speedy.
yeah, even he got canceled.
Yeah, he got canceled quick.
At least your Hispanic representation or Latin representation would have actually been positive.
Yeah, I remember I was a kid and I had to figure out, like, wow, this is racist as fuck. Like, he just like, what the fuck, really? This is what he's doing? He's going, oh.
I didn't think Speedy was Gonzalez more so than Slowpoke Rodriguez. I thought that was like, God.
But the whole premise
That is straight up racism.
The whole premise of Speedy is racist. Like,
it is, but Slowpoke Rodriguez really set it over for me. Where it's like, wow.
Yep.
All right.
Good round.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Scott says, what about chipmunk representation?
He's not a chipmunk. Why are y'all like boiling me up? I don't get it. Like every time, like, hey, Max retired. Let's bring him back. Let's make him angry. Like, yeah, let's do that.
Was there? I think there was a Rescue Rangers game.
There was too.
There was on the
There
NES.
was
It
on
was
the
great.
NES. Yeah. Damn.
Co-op.
Yeah. Chippendale Rescue Rangers 1 and 2.
Dude, it was so good.
It was so good. I don't know about. I didn't play 2, but 1 was amazing.
I didn't play 2, yeah. Couch co-op.
All right, so we're at a tie. Yay! Unless Caleb wanted to change his answer.
He changed his answer.
I didn't know. I didn't know if he was about to change his answer or not. Okay. Okay.
He's gonna keep it
All
locked
right.
in.
Then keep it lock
All
it
right.
in. Lock it in.
So we are at a tie.
All right. Question 2.
We on to question 2. I almost said that totally wrong.
You did. That wasn't going to be my fault.
It's a tie and the stakes are high.
Yeah. I'm going all in on this question.
Oh shit! I bet.
So question 2. Are you ready, Mac?
I'm ready. Yes.
All right. So question 2. What Def Jam? Oh gosh, this is the one that was worded weird. What current artist from Def Jam should narrate the next Def Jam game?
Yeah. This time?
Is it me this time?
It's Bryce.
Yeah, it's you. Hold on for a minute. Let me get your answer.
The answer is
What's your answer?
Vince Staples.
Magic. Oh, magic. DJ Quick.
All right, Mac, what is your answer?
Oh, my answer is the one half of Outkast himself, Mr. Big Boy.
Big Boy.
Big Boy.
Let's go!
I had to do a deep cut for this one. I'm proud of myself for this answer. Oh,
all right. So, Bryce, are you ready?
Indeed.
All right, 3 minutes on the clock. Explain to the audience its answer I had to look up because I didn't know who the crap this was. Go.
All right. So Wyatt hits for Vince Staples. All I see is Big Boy shaking his head at me right now. Narrative talent. We got Vince. He's got the Netflix show that proves he can create, a storytelling episode, not just a rapper, but also a narrative type of person. Modern relevance is the bigger key here. Vince speaks on urban anxiety, identity, and chaos in a way that resonates with the current generation, and maybe a generation before, like people that are actively engaging in this content. He's got versatility. He can shift from being humorous, dry humor, to just being real serious, and just take you down a road in seconds. That's it's a gold for a game that needs dynamic narration. I think that being that he is more of a modern guy, somebody in the current gen would resonate with the gamers that are looking to play a new Def Jam game. And then you got to think about streamability. We all are streamers here. His voice and persona, a little unpredictable, meme worthy, emotionally engaging. This is somebody that can, fill multiple shoes and is current. And, you said you got to look him up, but, and that's the thing. It's like, you don't want to pick somebody everybody knows. You want to kind of put somebody on, you want to put somebody on that, especially if it's a Def Jam artist and this is a Def Jam game, you want to put on somebody that isn't maybe not so known right now. So, you building on that, that's why I picked Vince Staples. Not necessarily, music based, but more of the things outside of the music that he can contribute to a video game. You know what I mean? And obviously, maybe there'll be some tracks of his on the game, but if we're talking about narrating a game, we want somebody with a voice and a personality that can be funny and serious and, like I said, has modern relevance, and just already has experience in that, with, like I said, with the Netflix show. That's it comes down to modern relevance and versatility. I'll cut it there. What, probably 30 seconds maybe?
No, you had like 3 seconds.
2 minutes, 3 seconds. Okay. Close. There was a 3 in there somewhere.
Mac.
Yep.
This is a message for you that says, Mac's love of Big Boy restaurants is so huge he cried when it left Earth in Austin Powers.
Shut up, Scott.
Damn, who said that?
That was not Scott. That was, in fact, Zach.
Oh, fuck you. All right, let's go.
Wow.
But Scott did say Justin Bieber.
I know.
Yeah, Hey, that's a viable option.
It's a viable option. It was one of my original answers until I figured out. Until I figured out what Bryce.
He look like a chipmunk too.
He does. Don't worry. I have a better answer. I had an answer, so I picked it. All right. You ready?
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Keep saying it.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Go.
All right, so, what?
I was saying go.
I went. I was like, so I know that ain't who I think it is. So Big Boy, as you know, one half of Outkast yes, he's like a lot of people don't know who Big Boy is because he's one half of Outkast, but Big Boy has star power. Big Boy has something that's interesting. Also, another thing I want to bring is the one thing about Def Jam is when I look at the Def Jam roster of narrators, we don't have that like southern that southeastern flow, that southeastern person that can daggone get it in there, that person that can just give you that feel of what it's like to be, back in the trenches in the South. Look no other than Big Boy. He's polished, he's clean, he knows how to talk, he knows how to speak to the audience, speak to his audience. He also, not too shabby, the man also did some movies himself. Remember Who's Your Caddy? He did Who's Your Caddy. He also did Ow Wow, one of my favorite musicals. He did that. He does a lot. He knows how. He not only does well on the stage. He knows how to speak. His vocabulary is pretty good. Also, as an added bonus, you're gonna sit here and tell me that if you have Big Boy, you could get somehow, somewhat. Just saying, you might could sneak Andre 3000 in there, and we could get a little bit rid. Now let's be honest. The facts are the facts. They don't hate each other. They just split it up. They don't hate each other. So this is not them rapping. This is just them being together in the same damn room. So we can get them two in the same damn room. We got Outkast, damn it. And I've been pleading and begging for another Outkast album. We're never gonna get it, man. I know that. But just having these two in the same room, talking in the same booth would just be amazing. I think that would be cool. But that's just something. That could be like an Easter egg or something. Just have that him in there. But I'm just saying. The thing about Big Boy is a star power person. He knows how to do it. He's an entertainer. He's going to make you laugh. He's going to tell you some stuff. He's gonna see somebody getting their ass whooped. He gonna say, "Ooh, you see that? You see that shit?" Man, I understand him. No, what? He would say something that would make you laugh. But also, he would be so interesting in the commentary of what you're doing. He'll keep you interested. He'll keep you invested into the fight that's going on. That's what he does.
And stop. Well, since this is a question about the Def Jam games, it is appropriate that we are about to have a beatdown between two rappers. So, guys, if you could eloquently put your fighters in the ring and have them perform a Def Jam beatdown on each other for 5 minutes, would you honor me that gift?
Yeah, I can do that. Give me a second. Go ahead. Let's go.
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Bryce?
I'm ready. You ready, Bryce?
Wait, you said to you want us to narrate or something, or what'd you say? Just get it to me one more time.
Just grudge for 5 minutes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought you were saying. But then I was like, is there something extra right now?
No.
I got
We're just grudge.
No. I'm being poetic.
you. Beautiful.
All right, 5 minutes on the clock, and Go.
You know what I'm saying, man? This is what I'm talking about. You know, I don't even want to do bars. What the fucking bar, man? You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what I'm talking about.
Look.
The bar. I don't even rap bars. Don't give me a second part. Man, get out here with that bullshit when I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. This is all Vince Staples does. This is how he gonna talk. He gonna talk lazy. He gonna talk like that. Look, I love Vince Staples. I love Ramona Park broke my heart. I love Scared Tart Time. I love his albums. He does great work. The man is I love him. He's great. Loves me.
Like I said, man. Yes.
Great artist.
He can shift from comedy to chaos.
He can do it.
Big
but
Boy's got one lane. Big Boy's got one
Big
lane.
Boy is
versatile.
impression.
Versatile Vince. That's what they called him in high school.
Versatile Vince. The thing about Vince.
Versatile in a Def Jam game.
The thing about Vince is Vince. Here's the thing about Vince. Vince, just like you did with the show, that's because he's doing that because he wants to do that. That's the thing about Vince. When he wants to do something, when he's passionate about it, when he wants to do it, he'll give you his 100%. But when he doesn't want to do it, when he do not want to do it, you're going to get something bad. So that's the thing about Vince. Vince has to be passionate about it. And I love Vince. That's where Vince is at his best.
Look, I get it. Big Boy's smooth.
Big Boy, you give him money, he gonna give it his all.
He sounds smooth, pimpin'.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Vince is more cinematic.
Vince is not
what you
cinematic.
if you're trying to.
I just did what he said.
No, man.
You know what I'm saying?
He's laid back. He's chilling.
Man, he's
an old man now, man. His kids are growing up.
He's an old man, but man, he's still squabble, and he still knows what he's doing. He still know how to talk.
Bodyguards will do it.
Bodyguard, man, that man can fight, man. He's from Atlanta, Georgia. That man can fight.
Bro, like this dude, you know, if he ain't gonna put you down, he got the boys up.
He is from
Big
Atlanta.
Boy's too old and lazy. Got too much.
Big Boy is from Atlanta, Georgia. He knows how to fight. He's from the trenches. Don't get me wrong. I admit, Vince is from California. I'll admit, Vince is from.
Narration.
Their narration. Yes. Big Boy versus that, and I'm trying to say, Vince.
Come on, man. This guy's been
Vince is not that type of guy. Vince is not going to want to do this.
Not doing shit.
Vince would be so boring. He's going to get up on there and like,
Vince
is going like, I don't want.
Big Boy's made,
man, he was like, man, I'm just on here doing this, man. Look at him. He's whooping his ass, man. He whooping that man's ass, man. They just doing that shit, man. Just do it, man. That's exactly what he's going to do. Vince is going to be boring.
My grandkids.
Come on, my grandkids, he gonna say, whoa, he still, that motherfucker whooped his ass.
And Big Boy ain't gonna do shit.
Big Boy gonna say, whoa, he whooped his ass. That's what his ass whipped.
He left me for the flu.
Man, he put a toe tag on that Joker.
He got left for a flu.
No, that's exactly Big Boy gonna like. He toe tagged that motherfucker. Get his ass up. That's exactly what he gonna say. That's exactly Big Boy.
He said, I can replace Big Boy with a goddamn.
Oh my goodness gracious! That's some bullshit. I'm just saying. With there's a difference.
Vince Staples is a storyteller.
Vince Staples.
Big Boy is a storyteller. I love Outkast, bro. But nobody's talking about
Vince Staples is
Outkast.
Here's the thing. Vince Staples is a storyteller when it comes to the big screen.
Should have started playing the flute.
There's a big difference between telling a story and then visually showing a story. You can visually show the story. That doesn't mean you can tell the story. That's the thing. He read that to pen to paper. He read that show from pen to paper. That doesn't necessarily mean he can tell the story because I've seen interviews with Vince Staples. He's not like he's not engaging. He tells stories, and it's just like, man, I'm telling you, I just grew up over here. My brother over there doing all this shit. I was growing up in the city. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm from always straight from California. Ooh, like that. That's Vince.
Boys out here.
Vince,
that.
Vince really. Vince, let's be honest. Vince is a good. I'm not saying Vince.
Well, before we have to run out of time, I'm gonna say Vince speaks to a more modern audience. Big Boy is old news. He don't do shit that anybody's talking about.
Hey, we're talking about modern audience.
It's showing up to his kids' college football games.
When you want to go with modern audience, you should just pick Tyler the Creator. He's not Def Jam. You just chose Vince Staples. But something. The thing about it is Vince. While he does, there's a lot of people that doesn't listen to Vince that I know. I listen to Vince, but there's a lot of people that don't know Vince exists. Because of that show, because of the Vince Staples show.
Talk as a narrator.
Vince Staples.
That's what I'm saying. Bring up the guys that nobody's listening to. If you're a Def Jam producer or
And
CEO,
stop. Caleb, do you have a question?
Uncle Matt.
Yes.
Why would you put Big Boy old ass? That nigga's old.
Well, here's the thing. The thing about Big Boy is the Big Boy is when you look up Def Jam, there isn't a lot of people on the damn roster. And you just can't look up the people that you want to put on the damn things. I had to pick the only prominent person on that list, and he just so happened to pick Vince Staples, and I had.
But we're gonna put a pin in that because we're gonna loop back to that.
Yeah.
Make the judgment.
Yeah.
Because don't worry, Caleb, I had the same question actually.
Yeah.
But in terms of this round, what question do I have? Okay. Describe how you think they would narrate this Def Jam game. Like, how do you picture them narrating the game?
Bryce was first.
all right. So Vince, well, you know, it wouldn't sound like your typical like hype man kind of voiceover, like, oh yeah, you know, very. It'd be cool, dry but sharp. You know what I mean? Razor sharp wit, but like a little humor in there, but kind of like he's watching everything unfold, just kind of like from the side eye, like what the fuck's going on over here? You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, it's going down over here, bro. Like, what the fuck? That type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, it feel more like street level realism than, you know, that kind of like pimpish shit that you're used to from, you know, the Southern style, you know, the dirty South. I think that it'd just be a more dry, deadpan comedy. You know what I mean? But like, kind of like if you were recording it from your phone, you know, fucking, you know, World Star or some type of shit. You know what I mean? Just like, oh, you know, just, oh shit, dude got knocked up. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel. Just that type of style. You know what I mean?
Matt?
I'm just going. So here's the thing. Def Jam is not just a beating game. It's just basically sort of wrestling. So I want to bring it back to that style of wrestling that we saw back in the day, like JR and Jerry. What are they? Southern men. So now we're bringing back the Southernness to this. You're gonna get those Southern slang, like, oh my God, he just killed him. He's on the ground. He's dead. That motherfucker dead. I don't know what the fuck going on, but that motherfucker dead. I want to bring that type of atmosphere to Def Jam. Bring a wrestler's type of mentality to Def Jam. And that's what Big Boy is going to bring. He's going to bring that JR and Jerry type of atmosphere to Def Jam. And that's what we would like to have. That's something that we need in that game to make it more prominent. Yes, he's older, but he brings that power. And that's why I chose him, because, yes, you can say I'm trying to bring a Southern man into this game, but that's what he brings, that charm, that thing that you need in a fight to make things more interesting, to make the fight more crisp, fun, and engaging. You want to be the audience, and that's what Big Boy brings. He makes you feel like you're in the audience with him, and you're watching the fight with him. That's what I want. That's why I posed to pick Big Boy. Oklahoma is South. It's still Southern. Fuck you, Zach. Oklahoma's still South. I know a lot of people from Oklahoma, and them motherfuckers are Southern. Been Oklahoma. Tell me Oklahoma, not South. Man, what the fuck? That's South.
I always thought it was Midwest, but okay.
It is still South, because I know a lot of people, they literally call themselves Southern. That's literally
They have
I
a
mean,
little
Indiana's
line of-
Midwest and South. at the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
time.
There's some
You know,
people.
like,
Yeah. There's
you go
some.
to Southern Indiana, you're in the South.
You're in the South.
If you're in Indianapolis, you're in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Like,
There's some people I know that literally
like splits that in half, and you go to south of Ohio, there's Southern, and then there's like.
oh yeah.
Yeah, like it's weird. I know that.
So I know people that do that. It's weird.
Kentucky's right there.
Yeah, Kentucky's right there beside it. Kentucky is south. Like, yeah, Kentucky is south.
Whole new world, though.
I got a friend Megan. I've been to Oklahoma. She is like 100% talks Southern. I know this for a fact. I've been there.
You want to tackle that next comment there, Matt?
Huh?
South is failing considering Lil Wayne's last
I don't give a fuck about that. The Carter 6 was not. Look, we're not going to talk about the Carter 6 on here.
That's for a whole nother show.
Yeah, that's for another other show. When we talk about it on Dope Albums where Trill picks it up.
Right.
Okay, so I'm just going to put some information out there.
Go ahead.
So let's look back to what the question is.
Right.
And then I'll throw out the information afterwards. So the question was, what current Def Jam artist should narrate the next Def Jam game? Caleb, you heard me, right?
Brian, you said current.
Okay, so to be fair, from what I researched, neither one of them is part of Def Jam at this point. However, Big Boy left in 2012 and Vince left in 2024. So I'm just putting that out there.
Fair.
As a fact checker, I'm putting that out there.
Fair.
Yeah,
And just want to
neither
fact
one of
check
us did
this.
our
Want
research
to
on
fact
it.
check this? That's the reason I picked Big Boy, because I picked Justin Bieber. He is 100% with Def Jam. I didn't have an answer, so I couldn't figure out any argument. I would have got sloppy if I would have picked him. So I just didn't pick him.
Despite both of them.
Man, Scott, you come fighting in.
Technically, I should, but we'll just roll with it because they were a part of Def Jam, and one of them is more fun than the other. By a long shot, like both people. But anyways, with that said, I'm going to go first with the judging. I'm just going to go ahead and go with Vince because, again, he is... Sure, yeah, Scott wins because he chose Justin Bieber. You guys cool with that? You cool with Scott winning because he chose Justin Bieber?
No, I don't care. Just stop. We don't care about Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber.
Is that a chat guy?
Yeah, you're talking about.
You know who Scott
Okay,
is.
I can't see the chat.
Yeah.
Well, I just
It's
saw,
a-
I can't see the
it's
chat,
a
so that's why I was
it's
wondering, like,
YouTube
where's
chat.
that?
It's YouTube
Gotcha.
chat. Yeah. It's Yummy. I don't care about Yummy, but we want to give it to Scott. Give it to Scott, but Yummy. I don't give a fuck. But yeah.
But yeah, I'm only going with Vince because of how the question was stated. Plus, again, if we're talking about the next Def Jam game, you're probably going to go with somebody who's not like one toe in the grave at this point.
This was a tough question to answer because
Right,
there was
yeah.
no.
So
When
it
you
might be
said
another 5
current,
years.
this was very tough because you said current Def Jam. I'm like, damn, dude, this is not a big list.
We came up. There's 4 of us in this chat right now that came up with this question.
Yeah.
But I had to answer it. There is no, there's not a lot of artists. When you look at the list for Def Jam artists, you can pick LL Cool J, but LL Cool J was in one of them. So it's just like, it's really wasn't stacked the odds. I had to go pick Big Boy.
Right.
But that was my process
Makes
of
a
thinking.
return. Don't call it a comeback. In fact, you could call it Def
Well,
Jam.
I
Call it a
picked
comeback.
Yeah,
Would
I
have
just
been genius, actually.
but yeah, I just picked Big Boy because it just makes sense. It lined up. But yeah, if he won, I knew Vince was gonna win because of New. But it's alright.
We don't know. We don't know what nephew's gonna say here.
He's picking Vince.
He did say, why'd you pick me?
Where are you going with this, buddy?
Yeah, I was gonna go. I actually what you were saying about the different type of tone that Big Boy will probably bring, but I'm still going Vince.
Fair.
Each of them old.
Yeah.
Bodies, like somewhat
It's too old.
dingy.
No, I get it. He's
Especially
old.
if you're going with a new game.
Yeah. If you want to go with the young guy, that's
Could I imagine Big Boy?
Put Big Boy as a fighter. I'd rather.
Yeah, I want him as a fighter. Yeah, I would like him as a fighter. But if it's narrating, I was like, it's a tough fight. I thought he could fight too.
And then you could like tag team, and then
Exactly.
Andre
Outcast
flips in and does a little kick, and then goes right back out. Hits you with a little flute note and comes back out.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. But yeah, if you're gonna make another game, just get Big Boy and Outcast. Just get Outcast on there. It'd be cool. You'll sell. But anyway, yeah, good round.
All right, so Bryce is at this point 1.5, and Mac is at 1. Sorry, point.
0.5. Yeah, point. Whatever.
Yeah.
Point difference.
Yes.
Anybody's game.
Which leads us to question 3.
Question 3.
What I'm actually excited about.
Okay, question 3.
Because as somebody who has played their fair share of rhythm games, the question is, what?
Really, dog? What?
So I like dog started barking as soon as I said what. What dead rhythm game franchise needs a revival? And we're starting with Maximus.
Cool. I went with Parappa the Rapper.
And Bryce.
DJ Hero. DJ Hero.
All right, Mac, are you ready?
Give me a second. All right. Let me get my notes. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm ready.
Go.
All right, this is the best answer, and here's why. Parappa the Rapper is only got 2 games, and the PS1 was fun. The sequel, I'll admit, for me, it wasn't that great, but if some people liked it, it's cool. It's an interesting rhythm game that needs a second life, and it really does. I feel like Parappa the Rapper is it was a great series. It was a great series. It was interesting for PlayStation, and then it got a rise on the PlayStation 2. I think you fact check this. They did try to make a successor or something, like a spiritual successor to this game, but it didn't catch wind because I think it wasn't Parappa. But I feel like Parappa the Rapper was an interesting, fun rap game that was fun. It was interesting. You literally got him rapping with you got a dog rapping with an onion, which is pretty interesting. It's fun. It's creative. The characters are memorable. There's another game that they made that I forgot what it was, but they made another game based on the spinoff of this game. I can't remember the name, but some people liked it. You liked it, it's cool, but I can't remember. They made this game is enriched in not only PlayStation 1 lore, but PlayStation 2 lore. It got a re-release on the PlayStation Network, which a lot of people are trying to play and download. There is a network for this. There is a thing for this game. There is a place for this game. The characters of the game, and the way the game's set up. You can change the game flow with it a little bit and make it even funner than what it already is with the process of everything that you're doing. It's really, really fun to play. I would really think this needs a relaunch. Really, really bad. It needs it. Tweak the controls. Do a lot of good things. If you were to put this on the Switch, this game could really dominate. Because if you were to literally do this with Switch controls, this would be really, really fun to play. But they're not going to do that because it's on PlayStation. But you could probably, the rights are just so out of the world that you could put this on PlayStation. You can fact check this, but there is a possibility you could put this on. You could put this on Nintendo. Nintendo can take this and make it into a good game. If not, I feel like you can still relaunch it and probably do it try to do some motion controls with it. You actually can put it on the phone and do it properly. There are probably different ways you can do this game and make it fun and playable for not only the audience for the people that loved it back then, but the audience now getting a new audience for it. That's it. I reserve my time.
That you're there?
Yes. Sorry,
Okay.
I was on mute because I actually said you finished right on time.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, Rice a Million. Are you ready?
Yes.
Why should they bring back DJ Hero? Go.
Well, to start with DJ Hero, there's only been, I think, one DJ Hero game, so it's definitely a good choice for a reboot. But just the untapped genre fusion between that DJing allows you to do. You can mix any genre, hip hop, EDM, rock, pop, country. You know, if you're good enough, you can have a lot of fun with it. You can even probably put on an entire real show. I remember back in the days of like Guitar Hero and Rock Band, like I was at a concert and they had a fucking Guitar Hero or Rock Band open up for a real band. I mean, it wasn't very good, but that the popularity was there at a point. But so I think the DJ Hero thing needs to be tapped in more. Now that we've got more technology and more people behind the genre, behind DJing, like we see DJing and EDM, it's all kind of taken off in a huge way, the festivals and everything that it brings. So I think, as I've seen with Guitar Hero and Rock Band opening up for actual live bands, we could have a DJ Hero opening up for a real DJ. But like I said, the multi-genre experience, being able to rip and record and DJ all the different styles you want. The gameplay mechanics, more dynamic. I mean, we're talking about an actual little crossfader and little, turntable. Like the controller was fun. So I'd like to see that brought, to a higher level technology-wise. And I mean, this is something that just needs to be brought back for this. It has that extra peripheral. Like, we could make it cheaper, but we could also make it better nowadays. But also, like I like to mention, the streamability and replay value. We can stream this. This could take off again, because I watch Twitch all the time, and I see a lot of DJs on Saturday nights playing a set. We could bring DJ Hero in, and actually maybe some people would bring that peripheral into their actual real DJ set from the game and manipulate it in a way that is new and exciting and different. The cultural relevance, artist integration, that's a big thing. Bringing in songs that are hot right now. Bringing in tracks, bringing in samples from real DJs that are still relevant, playing shit right now.
Well, I wouldn't have chosen either one of these. I will admit they are actually pretty good choices. And also pretty obscure choices. That's not so much, but it is actually kind of an obscure choice too. But with that said, are you guys ready to Gurge?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Rex.
I'm
Rex.
ready. Sorry. Okay. Yes, muted myself.
All right, 5 minutes on the clock. Go.
Okay.
Did you play DJ Hero? I just want to say, have you played DJ Hero? I want to know this.
Yes, I didn't own it, but my buddy had it. And it was tough, man.
I bought the damn game. It wasn't fun. It wasn't fun.
Why it needs to be.
I bought the game at Burke's, at a place called Burke's, for $29. It was not fun. I think even Caleb here remember me playing this damn game. This game was hard, and I couldn't even get past Michael Jackson's ABCs.
That's exactly why it needs a reboot.
It doesn't.
To make it easier, make it fun.
Okay, that's true. Yeah, it was hard. But here's the problem. And here's another issue. The thing about
the Rapper was one genre.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's one thing about
it was child's rap.
It wasn't. Like,
are we gonna put Big Boy in Parappa the Rapper?
No, we're not. You want to know what? You want to know what? You know what proper rap? You want to know what proper? Let me cook. You want to know why we're not? Why you want to know why proper rapper work? It's about royalty free. Everything is royalty free. It's different. It's something that it's not scary. The thing about DJ Hero, the reason why DJ Hero won't work is in today's climate, a lot of artists want to keep their own content. They are not ready to share their stuff to the world as much as you think they are. So
DJs are ready to share their shit more.
No, it's not just DJs. DJs need their music. DJs ready to share their shit, but that's the thing. You gotta listen to that stuff, and there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of
makes money.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids that don't know about certain DJs that what they do. You think, like, let's be honest. Let's just.
And that's how they find out about them. That's how I found out about a lot of the rock bands that I'm into today was through Guitar
Hero. Yeah, but you want to know something? Like I said, the problem with DJ Hero, and here's the thing: when I played DJ Hero, the selections of music was garbage. It was not good.
Exactly. That's
but
why.
And then if you look at the
much more music now.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. When when the new Guitar Hero Rock Band came out, the music that was on there was not good either. You want to know why? Because a lot of bands do not want to get they don't want you to get their music on their platform. It's going to be hard for them. Getting music on that scale would be very hard.
With this day and age, we could do something similar to SoundCloud on DJ Hero, where people can post their own music.
They will not do that because that's piracy. They will not let you do that. The thing about Parappa the Rapper is royalty free. It's royalty. One thing about
the same way SoundCloud manages their content.
Yeah, but they're not gonna literally going to do that. They're not gonna. You gotta get rights. That's the thing, dude. The rights are gonna be hard to get. The thing that Parappa the Rapper, the thing Parappa the Rapper has is not only likability. It's not only a character based. It's a character based game. It's a character based game with the rhythm mechanics that can be updated. Also, the songs are technically all royalty free. It's their own music,
listen
and
to what
it's
I'm saying
interesting.
about the streamability and the replayability. Like I said, imagine taking that peripheral from DJ Hero, the new one, you know what I mean, and watching a DJ live on Twitch or YouTube, incorporating that into that full DJ set, and using that and showing you that the versatility of it. Or there's so
there seems like a lot of things you got to do to make that game work. I mean, Parappa the Rapper is just simple. It's just simple damn game.
DJ app on my MetaQuest.
I mean, that's you.
It's got all the music on there. Is VCM free.
I think a lot of people today do not want to. A lot of people today do not want to play DJ Hero.
All I'm thinking is, I wish
Parappa the Rapper just seems like a simple game. It's the simplest. It's simple. It's a simplistic game. Just like what do people want to play? They rather play DDR. DDR is simple for certain people.
Nobody wants to
play DDR.
Corny rap shit all day.
Well, you want to know? No, it's not. It's not corny. It's not about listening. It's about playing a game in a store. There is no store with DJ Hero. There is a store with Parappa the Rapper.
As far as streamability goes,
there is streamability.
You play it.
Oh, believe me, there's streamability there is streamability for you literally playing a cute, cuddly, little cute, cuddly dog. I mean, people want to watch you play the weird shit than you playing something of another person playing an artist. It's more fun to see you playing a crazy, goofy game with cookie characters.
If you incorporate modern stuff today, like Spotify, or not Spotify, but SoundCloud, and allow yourself to post your own shit and mix your own music.
Okay, stop. All right, so I'm going to start with the question this time. All right. So I have dealt with both of these games, and both of them have their own problems. Okay, they have their own mechanical problems, skill problems, whatever. They have their own problems. Fix and or update your choice to fit the modern gaming style.
Now you said what?
What was your question, sir?
Fix and or update your game to fit the modern gaming style.
Is it me or him? I think it's him, right?
It's me.
It gets
It's me.
Okay.
I mean, the button mashing is a problem. The getting
Okay, say that again because you were cutting out.
Oh, I said the placing of the buttons of you literally seeing what's on the screen is a little bit of a skill issue. I'll admit that. So you could fix that and replace it with something else. I'd rather let the designers do that. I don't know how I would fix it because I don't know what system it could go on. Because if it was on the Switch, you could literally, do it a certain way. You can bring your remote a little bit to get to fit that moment, or like something. You can do something different. Just a motion or something. There's something like that. I mean, these days with touch screen, you could do it on a touch screen and get it right or something. Swipe left, swipe left, just like it with DDR. You can do something like that with mine. Make it a little bit more easier on people because the button mashing was a little bit bullshit, and I meant getting the right button at the right moment forever was just annoying as fuck. But it is a skill issue. I'll admit that. Another thing is the rapping can be the songs. You can make the songs a little bit more catchy and more interesting. You can actually probably get somebody that actually is a rapper lyricist and put them on there and actually do it. You get an underground person, somebody that's unknown, and let them do this game and let them put their own rap lyrics in it. Do some stuff like that. Actually have a sound catalog. I don't always say actual musical catalog for this game. You could do something like that. Actually, you could do that. I think there's a lot of things with this. I feel like Parappa the Rapper is a sandbox right now, and there's so much you can do with the game to make it better that I cannot do. There is so much you can do to make it better that I cannot explain the magnitude of things you can do to make it better. There is so much things you can do to fix this game to make it work to the modern audience that it could just work. But I can't pinpoint every single last ditch effort of everything that you can do. But those are the things I'll kind of fix. But there's so much things you can do with this game. You can make it modern. And it can be good. Also with the day's technology and the way you can do downloading stuff and refix glitches and a lot of stuff, you can do it. You can update it. You can give an updated version of Parappa the Rapper. There are so much things you can do today. So, yeah.
Okay. Bryce?
Okay. So how to upgrade DJ Hero into the modern era of gaming?
And fix it. Because your game is
to make it better. No, that's why it died very quick. I think the biggest problem with DJ Hero, because what they did was they took what Guitar Hero had and tried to copy it into DJ stuff, but they didn't have a good controller. The DJ fucking thing sucked. Whereas in Guitar Hero, the guitar is pretty easy. It's 5 buttons and a strummer, and maybe a little whammy bar or whatever. But
you okay?
So I think the biggest point, the first thing, would to change the DJ controller. Either make it better. We'll definitely make it better. Ditch the plastic, corny shit. Maybe enable you to use your own device if you have a DJ device. Plug it in, USB, right there. Especially if you're playing PC or something, or Just enable more accessibility with devices, actual DJ devices, rather than trying to sell me a gimmicky plastic toy. Let me play with the DJ device I have, but if you're not a DJ, then there is that option. But also to incorporate more, like I was saying, I have a DJ app on my Oculus where I've got 2 turntables, but it's all VR, or it's a mixed reality. You could do something like that, or even use your phone as a device, or a tablet, and let you use that as the DJ, 1s and 2s with the crossfade. But that needs to be the biggest change, is the controller, because that's what kept everybody from wanting to continue to play it. So however we do that, VR, AR, outside MIDI devices, but also, like I said, doing something creative, letting you post your own music, letting you, experiment, and like I said, SoundCloud incorporation or something. Like, here's my profile, this is me, but to feed on that is to go into maybe having live events, with the live streaming and everything, or have artist collaborations, like saying, okay, like Friday night live on Twitch, we've got DJ, No Dick coming to play on our device right here, mixing it up, and you get to watch that and watch him play the game and show you how you can play it, and things like that is how I would make this game better. Change the controller, but also bring in more live events and collabs with other people.
Okay. Caleb, do you have any questions?
No. I don't have any questions.
Okay, this one is just kind of just humor me on this question. What rapper would you put in your game? Like, maybe not in the game, but what rapper would you have attached to your game, whether they're in it or help produce the tracks?
You know what? He probably would do some shit like this. I'm first, right?
Yes.
Fuck it. Tyler, the Creator. I think he would do something like this. This would be something up his alley, because he would do something like this. He's that type of guy. I was gonna say Kanye, but I don't think that'd be too far. But Tyler would do something like that with his new way of doing stuff, doing dance music. If you listen to Don't Tap the Glass, it's literally a dance infusion type of album. This could be something that he would shit want to tackle. I think he would do a good job with this. If we were to get Tyler, the Creator, I'd be ecstatic. And yeah, I love it. He would be interesting, and actually make him a character. He was, and let's not forget, he was in Adventure Time. Not Adventure Time, Regular Show. He was in Regular Show, and he did rap in Regular Show. So he can do kid stuff. So yeah, Tyler, the Creator. Let's see let's fuck it. Let's see what he can do. I want to see him get his hands on this.
Nice.
Okay. I would go with Childish Gambino.
Damn, you went with the opposite person that I would have picked. Damn you! You went with the opposite one I was going with. That was my second choice.
Obviously. But I like Childish Gambino as a choice. He's just got a lot of fluidity, versatility in his genres, crossing over. A lot of like deep lyrics and stuff, good remixability, but also, the fact that he's retiring Childish Gambino now, I think that would be a hot name to be able to put on there, and you would definitely sell some copies if you say you got a new Childish Gambino track on DJ Hero.
I actually have another answer for yours, but I'll tell you after we get to the demo round. I have another one.
Yeah, Childish Gambino for sure. This is America, Wickedy Wild, wicked, like, I don't know, but something new, you know what I mean? But You mix it up. Childish Gambino would be my first choice.
Okay.
Huge fan.
Well, in the chat, Zach says Pharrell, and Scott says Snow.
Who?
Snow. Ooh, that's a choice.
That's a choice. Pharrell for who? Which Pharrell for both or?
I don't know.
That's Pharrell's a
Can
good
you
choice.
both elaborate on which game?
Yeah, which game Pharrell? Yeah, and Pharrell for if you say Pharrell
For my game.
I mean, if it's for my game, that'd be cool too. If it's for both, that'd be. I can see Pharrell doing Pharrell. I can see it. Actually, Nerd would be a good.
I'm kind of interested about Snow because, like, not gonna lie, I love the song in Forward.
Actually, wouldn't mind Nerd in mine.
That's a banger.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
I mean, you could mix that in all day.
Nerd would be cool.
You definitely throw it on DJ Hero. The rights are cheap, probably free. At this point, you got it, bro.
Games.
Oh, both.
Okay. I like that. Yeah, I like Pharrell.
Remake.
Pharrell would be cool. Pharrell would be great. Yeah, Pharrell.
And Zach says both.
Yeah. No, I saw it. Pharrell would be good for both. Yeah, I see Pharrell.
Also, let me go back a bit. So
I'd like to see Pharrell be a producer on a rap track.
Yeah, I like that. I love that.
Yeah, I don't need his voice on it.
I don't need his voice. Just a
Give me
producer.
just tell me that's the Pharrell beat.
Does some
We're doing
good
that
shit.
song.
Yeah. Pharrell do some good shit. He does do some good shit producing. I'll give you that. But yeah, I like that idea. I don't want him rapping. I just want him producing.
And Zach says he's still big in Jamaica. Also, Zach said Parappa loot boxes and gotcha mechanics and DJ Hero with season passes would be his changes.
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
And also, Zach, yes, I would like for them to play around with a different voice for Parappa.
I'm not a big fan of the microtransactions. Like don't even get the titles. But I get it. You know, that's how you make money.
Bryce, me and you are here. We fucking hate loot boxes. Fuck those son of bitches. Yeah. Fuck those motherfuckers. We hate loot boxes. Yeah. If you talk about loot boxes, I literally will crawl. If I made a game, you say we're gonna loot box you, bro. You better make sure I'm dead and buried. I'm never letting you do loot boxing. Everything. Any of my shit.
Single player shit now.
Hell no. I better be dead and gone for you did that shit to my stuff. Box my ass.
I went first last, right?
You did.
Yeah, I did. Okay, Caleb, who do you pick?
I'm sorry, Bryce, but I really hated the DJ Hero thing when I was a kid. So, because I remember my
it deserved a chance.
And it's one of the worst, like, I don't know, it was just dog shit to me. And by much ideas you were given, but I would pick the was it Papa the Rapper?
Papa the Rapper, yeah.
Yeah.
Parappa the Rapper.
I would like that with Tyler Creator on that. I think that would be interesting.
It would be, yeah. With Tyler,
So I would pick that.
he would actually make his own album off of this. And he would scale it off. This is something Tyler would do. He would like, my next album is going to be Parappa the Rapper, the album. He would literally do this. He would do shit like this. This is what he does. He's weird like that, and I love it. I know it's a weird pick, but I was like, he would do something like this. Also, it's funny.
That would be appropriate. I think he would do it. My brain went to Busta Rhymes, but I think that game would get canceled very fast.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh shit.
But
What do you do? What do you do?
No. Just the swearing.
Yeah, he would have to swear.
But I
love it.
But Busta Rhymes is cool.
I was like, don't say bust out.
Like, don't just make your people want us.
Please be my friend. Please be my friend.
Busta Rhymes is a cool guy.
I
love Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes was like, I couldn't see him on Pepper Rap, but I love to see him on there.
But I do think, was he on an episode of Sesame Street? There was a rapper that was on Sesame Street.
No. I don't think so. Yeah.
Not when I was watching it.
With that said,
Probably.
okay, Bryce, I do agree
Yes.
that DJ Hero definitely needs to to be fixed big time, which is why I asked that question, because, and I've said this on a past stream, where the first and only time I ever played that game, I tried to spin the wheel and almost broke my TV because that thing was so busted.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I put that thing in my closet, never touched it again. In fact, just to give you full context, I just now threw that thing away a few months ago. That thing was
the reboot, man.
I threw that thing I made sure that some bitch.
Reboot's coming.
I made sure I threw that some bitch in the landfill. Like, I yeeted that thing in the landfill.
Like, is there a way I can remote play my I can remote play my Xbox through my Oculus? But like, imagine doing that with a DJ Hero.
Well, I don't even have a game. Apparently, I said F that game.
That game, I yeeted everything in the landfill. Like,
Why it deserves the more attention.
But everything Mac was saying, I could genuinely see happening, and it being reasonable with Parappa the Rapper. Like, I get where you're going with, you know, if you have like a turnstile yourself or whatever, but just think of how expensive that would be versus just make the controls better in the game.
And add Tyler the Creator.
I mean, no, that would make it expensive.
That would make it a little expensive, but he would do it. He would tell him, just let me have my own album.
Oh, Scott, to answer your question, that would be a totally different episode for me to answer that question. But yeah, I can visualize Mac's idea a lot clearer and it's more feasible. So I'm gonna go with Mac on this one.
All right. So
plus, just to, because I totally forgot to say the Mac's part. So Mac, your game is not on Switch, but I can see it being on Switch.
You can't see it?
I can see.
Oh,
if they put it on Switch, I was like, okay, that makes sense. But it's only on PlayStation.
It's on. No, I'm saying
it's on PlayStation, PlayStation Portable, and PlayStation 4.
Yeah, my question is it owned by PlayStation? Is it only like? Is it like they have the rights?
PlayStation Portable, PlayStation 4.
Okay, so Sony owns it, but also
Sony Milojevic.
Also, even though I won the point, I just want to let you know. Guess who is partnered with Sony? Tyler the Creator. Ding 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 ding. Money. It would work. But anyway, good job, Bryce. Bryce, now that
wait, I wasn't done.
Oh, sorry.
I'm done.
And you were talking about how many games DJ Hero has? It looks like it had 3, actually.
Yeah, 3?
Did they?
Damn. The fuck?
Yeah, okay, so there's DJ Hero, DJ Hero 2, and DJ Hero 3D.
Somebody bought that shitload of fuck.
3D?
The fuck?
Yep,
3D?
Yes.
God almighty, somebody bought that actual shit.
That's the most gimmicky motherfucking
Fucker,
thing
what
they
the
ever
fuck?
made.
Somebody actually like they were literally thinking, let's make 3D.
But apparently it was canceled due to poor sales of DJ Hero 2.
They legit said, hey, let's just make more of this.
DJ Hero 1 and 2 were built on the backs of Guitar Hero 1, 2, 3, World Tour, Beatles, Aerosmith, whatever the hell else they did.
And they tricked me, because the reason why I bought that game, I wanted the game. It's not like I bought it. But,
I did not buy it.
They said,
I
knew you didn't buy that shit.
No, I remember. I asked my dad to buy it for me. I asked my dad to buy it for me, but that was because of the, you know the commercial where it was Eminem and 50 Cent?
Yeah.
They combined. Ooh, God, you guys are tricky.
Yeah, I was literally, I remember because Caleb was right beside me. We went to Burke's and I bought that. I said, this is $29. Let's go get this game. This DJ, because I just played Guitar Hero and we were rocking the shit out of Guitar Hero. And then I was like, DJ Hero should be like tops. Like, should be the best thing. Like, it got, rappers played that shit, and it kept saying, "Well, sorry, that was wick, whack." I was like, "Fuck you! I hate this game." That game was dog shit. Oh, but anyway, the other DJ that I thought you should have picked was DJ Drama. Would have been a good one.
I mean, is he still?
Yeah, he's still around. Yeah, he's still. He just.
Is he?
Yes, he just got Grammy for doing Tyler Creator's "Call Me and Get Lost." He was the main person that did his beats. He did his whole beats, everything.
Okay.
That's his whole. He was the one that did it. He called him and said, "Give me the Gangsta Grills album."
He's been around for a minute. I was like, man.
Yeah, he did a Gangsta Grills album for Childish Gambino. It's the you remember Hawaii, the flip side?
Right.
It's
Well, but
Gangsta
she
Grills.
said rapper. You know what I mean? She didn't say
Yeah.
rapper.
My bad.
So
I get it.
Not been
My bad.
so specific, I might have had.
I think DJ Drama could have made DJ Hero a little better. I'm just saying, his rap beats would have been cool.
Well, that's gonna be a high ticket.
I know.
So Zach, I don't have the Sailor Moon fighting game, but I know which one that is because I have seen gameplay of it. And as much as I love Sailor Moon, no, I will never get that unless it somehow crashes through my ceiling and ends up in my collection.
EDM is still very relevant. That's in that the whole Burning Man festival is all. EDM is like super huge.
All right, going to the final question.
Out there
Well,
in the desert, just
yeah, speaking of final questions, we're going in as a tie, surprisingly.
Yeah, surprisingly, yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, 2.5 or 1.5. Right?
That's two.
Yep,
We're not
1.5.
going. We're not going to PvP. Thank God.
Well,
Somebody's gonna win. Thank God, I'm going to bed
The
early.
final judgment. So
I'm going to bed.
Nice.
I'm going to bed early tonight, guys. Yay!
Did I tell
maybe
you
not.
that
Now that you say it
watched?
that way, maybe not.
Fuck! I don't want to go to bed early.
Yeah.
All right, question 4.
Anyways, going into question 4, and hopefully the last question. but
Hopefully,
we'll see.
please.
You got the question up.
I got the question up. Yeah, it's Abraham Lincoln with an
All right.
axe.
All right. So question 4: pitch a game with a former president as the main character.
I do not have photos, so just let you know, because I don't got nothing for our games. But Zach would get creative. Once we get Zach back, he'll get a little creative with these questions.
Use some AI.
Yeah, with ours.
Does it start with Brian?
Yeah, start with Bryce. Yeah, Bryce.
I think it's me,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's you, because I was
Yes.
first last time. Yeah.
So I don't have a name for it specifically, but I'll just go with because it's a pitch a game with a former president, right? Roosevelt Tactical RPG.
Okay. And back.
So I got a name for mine. It's just called Truman. It's Harry S. Truman's World War I first-person shooter. I'm just calling it Truman.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's 3 minutes on the clock. Bryce.
Wait, is this? We're just pitching, right? We're not arguing or
Nah,
whatever.
I think we're just pitching.
Is that how it
Right?
works?
Yeah,
I
just
forget how the.
Yeah, we're just pitching it. Yeah.
So 3 minutes. Pick your game. Go.
Well, I picked the Roosevelt Tactical RPG. This came to mind just because of his era of presidency includes the New Deal, World War II, and a lot of moral dilemmas that make for a great decision-making kind of tactical game. When you're thinking of there's a lot of choices to make. A lot of stressful ones, a lot of things you have to think out. You can't just kind of do it on the fly. So I was thinking, there's more strategic thinking. We want a narrative that's complex, and that Roosevelt era fits that mold. and I'm always about the streamers, streamability. With this, viewers can engage with the choices and outcomes that are made, but also bringing a little education to the subject, since it is so old now. And it's more emotionally weighted. You're not just shooting, you're leading, deciding, and shaping history through these different deals, through World War II and everything. But I also like to think just more a tactical RPG. So there's a lot of thought that goes into everything. Thinking more, kind of civilization-esque, but giving you more control over troops and things like that. So you're more into the RPG element. So you have like a hero and leader roles and stuff like that. It's really about the decisions that are being made, the moral dilemmas and the weight of each choice that's made on you will have a big effect, not only in your economy but the world economy. It's a world-based game, so there's a lot to consume and a lot to try to explore. Resource gathering, we're thinking, kind of a RTS top-down feel, but with
And stop.
RPG. Oh, got time.
I thought you were going with Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy, not Teddy Theodore Roosevelt. I thought you weren't going with Franklin Delano Roosevelt. I thought you were going with Teddy.
Is that what I said?
You said
No,
Roosevelt.
I thought just Roosevelt.
There is Teddy Roosevelt, which I was going to pick, like the madman. Literally, that's who I was going to pick. I thought, damn it. So you literally dodged. I literally was going to go with Teddy Roosevelt, but you want to know something? I'll stick with Truman. But I'm pissed now. I really was going to go with Teddy. I was picking Teddy. Teddy was like a madman. He was a cool president. That motherfucker was insane. That was the person I was going to pick.
That's your fault because all he said was Roosevelt.
I didn't know. I thought the obvious Roosevelt is Teddy. Teddy literally got diseases and he literally hunted bears for a living. I was like, damn, that's a good choice. But you chose FDR. I was like, all right, cool. All right. FDR is a good choice.
Okay, I'm liking the pitches in the chat.
Yeah, like USS Grant. USS Grant.
All right, Mac, you got 3 minutes. Pitch the game you were not going to pitch because you made a bad assumption, so pitch the game that you have. Go.
All right, that's cool. So here's the thing. So, here he is, Schumann. If you don't know, he fought in World War I. To this day, so here's what I'm going to do. You're going to go from him in his basic training days where he got promoted by superiors for trying to get him to demote himself. They basically were trying to demote him while he was there. But he literally led his troops into battle where he literally leaving the people literally some of the people just left. Like some of the people that was commanding left. He literally stood there. He was in the front line. He said, "We're going," and he went in there. He fought along side by side by General Patton, who we know is a war hero who was in World War II. So you're gonna see him go from there to probably ending the game where he becomes vice president to officially become the president of the United States. I really want this type of story of him literally going through this. Now, I don't want to go through. Now, you're probably wondering, Mac, you're going to literally get him going through his presidency and all that other bullshit.
Hell no, we're not going through that all shit. We're just gonna see him going through World War One. I feel like Call of Duty does do World War One simulators, but I feel like mine is just gonna be interesting, better. And I'm just let's be honest. I'm sick and tired of Call of Duty and they're doing these futuristic war. What happened to Call of Duty back in the day where you just do a World War II simulator we got in danger with a lot of World War II simulators, World War II games, but we need more. We need to get out of this futuristic shit and go back to the basics of what made, those games fun. Go back to the wars that were just fun. And they did do that in Battlefield, where you get to do different wars. But Battlefield 1, which was interesting. I like Battlefield 1. I feel like this would be interesting enough for you to get pulled because it's the president. I didn't know that Harry Truman actually did this. I had to do my history lesson on this guy. And he is actually a guy that actually did a lot of shit in the trenches. He not only served his country, but he actually literally got his hand. He not only got his hand, he got his face dirty. He got it. This motherfucker was in the mud. And this man actually fought for his country. Unlike certain presidents, which I'm not going to name, but he actually fought. He didn't die. Well, he didn't. He actually fought, and he was prepared to die for his country. And I want to see. It'll be interesting to see the war of World War I through his eyes in this game. It'll just be fun. Just a simple World War II simulator. World War I.
And stop. All right, Bryce. You got two choices. You can either boost your pitch or take down Mac's pitch. Which one you want to do?
I'll take it down.
Okay. Now, just for clarity, you can only take it down. You cannot boost yours. If you start boosting yours, there will be a penalty.
Okay.
You guys in the chat with your ideas. Actually, I probably would play the Great Sax with Bill Clinton.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
All right. Do we time this, Mac, or no?
Yeah, you time this, yeah.
Okay. You remember how much time?
We go 1 minute. Usually you just give us questions.
Okay.
You usually just give us questions. You don't do this.
I thought, or is that PvP?
That's PvP. You just give us a question.
Oh.
Usually you give us a question. We don't
My
do
bad.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
Caleb, you got any questions?
No, I'm good.
You can't think of one?
No.
Okay.
I can't. With the puppy getting on my nerves.
Nah,
it's
it's okay. It's okay. I understand.
Hey, that could be a question. Put a puppy in your game.
Oh, why? Why? I want to put a puppy.
We're starting there. Put a puppy in your game.
Oh my God.
Okay. Fuck it. Alright, fine then. Does it have to be, do it have to be real or I can make it believe it? Make it make believe. Does it matter?
I mean, you both gotta pick realistic-y type ideas, so yeah, we're gonna make it real.
Damn it! I was gonna put Scooby-Doo in my damn game. What the fuck? Come on, miss. Help me out here.
Bryce, put a puppy in your game. Go.
Oh, okay. Well, the president, before he was a president, when he was a child, had a puppy, was killed by Nazis, and that put him on his path of terror for revenge. Similar to maybe John Wick.
You son of a bitch.
All right,
All right,
There
that
he is. And
beat
there
that.
he went.
Okay, find it. All right,
Beat that one, Matt.
find it. All right, find it. All right, fuck it. Here we go. All right, cool. So Truman, Truman had a little let's just say, Truman literally had a dog that, was literally, let's say the dog was a Great Dane, and it was a puppy, and he was so cute and cuddly, and it could not talk, but it was just cute and cuddly, and that dog was just gave him the poetic justice to fight for his damn country. Because what happened, that puppy, my God, that puppy literally led him to literally want to fight for America. Because he was like, damn it, I love you so much that I'm going to die for my country. That puppy was named Scooby. Scoober. But sadly he gave him some type of elixir that made him live forever. So sadly that puppy died, as all dogs do. So to commemorate it, Hanna-Barbera literally made him into a cartoon character named Scooby-Doo, which lived forever on the pages as his poetism of America. That's what happened. Scooby-Doo was President Harry S. Truman's dog. Poetic. I salute you, Scooby.
Wow.
Fuck you, Bryce. I topped it.
I mean, you tried.
Okay, I need to look up something real quick. Give me a sec. Because I feel like all presidents have a moment like this. Or most presidents, because I can think of two that did.
I still get to bring it down, right?
You said what?
Bring him.
Bring what? Oh, no. That was a... Oh, you're talking about your argument. No. We're just doing questions. We don't usually do that.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'll give you
right. You're talking... Because that was a PvP thing.
Yeah, that's a PvP thing. Yeah, that was a PvP
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
So I was like, wait, I didn't get to bust you up, motherfucker.
Yeah, I know you didn't.
Okay. So go along with me on this, because you're going to have to make something up here. Because I couldn't find a mistress for Harry S. Truman. Put a mistress in your game.
Bryce,
the floor is yours.
It's on me?
Yeah, the floor is yours.
Oh, well, okay.
Oh, FDR does have a mistress.
Oh, well, I don't know. I think, being that we're doing a video game, that I would maybe just pick somebody fictional. I don't know. Okay, so here's how it goes. Your mistress, there's multiple options. And depending on the one you pick, gives you certain perks or boosts to certain stats or market accessibilities worldwide, maybe even multiple mistresses. Like to name somebody, I don't know. Fuck. I don't even. His wife's sister. There. I mean, I would like to say there's multiple choices, and depending on they build, in a real strategy game, they give you different perks and benefits and stuff. But if I have to just pick one, I can't pick a name. I would just say his wife's sister, because that would keep him in a certain intel loop. I don't know, that's such a weird question.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm gonna be.
That's all I got.
I'm gonna get
berated for this, but oh well. Okay, let's go. Let's go, Miss. You made the question. All right, let's go.
Don't say cousin.
Oh no.
His cousin.
No.
His cousin.
I ain't going there. I am not going there. I'm not going there. Deep cuts. Okay, you ready? You ready?
Yes.
Grace Kelly. There was like a secret relationship. There was a secret relationship between him and Grace Kelly. It wasn't sexual. It just was more like people talking. But Grace Kelly. That's how
the paper
Grace
said.
Yeah, that's what the paper said. But that's how Grace Kelly met her future husband, and that's what led to it. That it was literally a secret relationship. It was more like a person, just more of acquaintances more than sexual. It's just more talkative, having fun. You know, they loved each other's company. You know, and that's why I'm just going with Grace Kelly.
Okay, so just to throw this out there. Grace Kelly was born in 1929.
Fair.
And Harriet Truman was born in 1884.
I get it. I understand. That's the reason why I said go with me on this.
Good answer.
Yeah. I'm not saying they're all good people. Just say it.
I just had to throw that out there because
I understand.
He died in 1972 and she died in 1982, which is interesting.
Interesting, yeah. But yeah, like notice I didn't say it was not a sexual relationship. It was more of just a friendship. But the papers spun it out as like a sexual relationship. They just like each other's company. That's all. I know. Hey, it all made sense. It makes sense. It would make sense in a fictional world. Like, hey, that's how Grace Kelly met her husband.
All right, Zach, I'm going to do this for you. So Scott says Queen Elizabeth. Zach says, does polio affect the junk? So there you go. I read it out loud. And Scott says Queen Elizabeth in a throuple with FDR and Truman. Let's see. What else? Yeah, I'm not going to cross that line. I'm good.
Yeah, I already said Grace Kelly, so I don't know. Hey, I already said Grace Kelly. Go out and say it.
Go out and say it.
No, because you didn't cross the line with her, so I'm not going to cross an even further line with what.
Oh yeah, I did not cross the line. I did not go beyond what it the way it's saying it. Like I looked at the age, just like, all right, let me go ahead and use this, because everybody thought, yeah.
Okay, describe your final battle in your games.
Bryce.
Oh man. Let me think. Well, we're talking about World War II. And like I said, I'm always about streamability. All my answers, you can see a theme. It's about streamability. But also depth and narrative and bringing something different to the table. So I'd like to see a final battle, probably in DC rather than in the typical World War II stages that we've seen. I'd like to see maybe you get corrupt, maybe your decisions go a different way. If you have different choices that lead to different endings, one of the final battles could be the people upping against you as a shitty president in DC. Or it could be, you and DC defending DC from an attack. Maybe your defenses weren't good enough. You didn't plan accordingly, or you ran out of funds, or you didn't make proper alliances. This is a tactical RPG, so I'm talking, but I want to do something different. The Capitol dome is cracked open. You're being invaded. And it kind of plays a few different ways based off the choices you've made. If you decided to be a positive or a negative or a neutral kind of a thing there. But I think that fusing a lot of different enemies, maybe the alliance versus their alliance, depending on, like I said, the arc of decisions you've made throughout the game cause so many different things to happen. Like, this is a tactical game. This is a deeply enriching game. All the choices matter. Worldwide choices being made. So I want it to feel like every choice you made matters at the end, or you see it reflected based on all the alliances you have and the power that you have or you don't have. And that's, I want it to, obviously there'll be phases of the battle. This is going to be like, okay, here's their troops and here's my troops and this is what we're doing. I want to see how a lot of games do. They evolve. There's stages to a final boss, 3 stages usually or so. But once you fight that, you thought you won it, and then, but it's not going to be sci-fi or anything like that. It's going to be more like, this is realistic. Like, okay, now they're bringing in the second wave, the heavy artillery, the monster of it, and then now we're into the third wave of it, where maybe it's you got through the big parts of it, the tanks, the airstrikes, or what have you, but now we're into a third phase that's maybe a little weaker, but you're weaker as well, so you're still straggling about and trying to form resources and alliances to help you, and maybe there's certain alliances that take time to reach you. They have to sail across the sea, so you got maybe another so many minutes in game time where you're waiting on these reinforcements to come. It's something that's huge and epic, and it formulates around all the choices and alliances and things that you did throughout the game or didn't do, like Mass Effect, but on a RTS level, kind of. But obviously contained within Earth, not outer space. But that's the vision I have for a final battle in this game. It's just something that's so tactically overwhelming, that the challenge drives you to continue to try to defeat it. But it also has, ties to the things you've done and the things you haven't done. So that it's, very rewarding. But that's all I got. There it is.
So my ending, I got 2 different endings. There's the actual canon ending that okay, in the canon ending, he's literally going to battle and he has one soldier that just taking out half his troops, and he is the only one alive. So he has to tactically find a way to take cover from this sniper rifle to get him. The person that one of his second command, which is his best friend, is shot, and he needs medical attention. So Truman is trying to find a way to get into this building, and this is where the choice happens. You could literally take the gun from him and shoot him, and you can shoot him, and then you go watch your friend, and then trying to get some medic, and he's just hey, just wait for me, just hang in there. And he's just sitting up there, and Truman has his watch, so he's looking at the watch as the time is going down. It's click, 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 and then we we go to the future where he is literally in the Oval Office preparing to drop the bomb on Nagasaki, and he's literally trying to he's literally thinking, you know, like thinking back to that day of, if you let him go, like, I let this guy go, what will happen? It literally just thinks of, you know, do I let them go with what they did, or do I not? It's what I do. But that figures that choice of him doing what he did, because he let that one person go. He literally didn't want that happen again. So he did. He says he literally gets to watch. It's a pocket watch, and he flips it and he said, go ahead and do it. Let's do it. And then that happens. Now, the other ending, which will go crazy, is he goes out and kills the guy. And he goes back, and he's like bloodthirsty, and he's crazy, and he's in his office, and he's literally thinking about it. And instead, in the crazy ending, there's this crazy motherfucker that wants to this crazy motherfucker just sneaks into the Oval Office, and he tries to assassinate Arias Truman, and Scooby-Doo, which I said was in the game for a little bit, bites his hand, and Truman gets a battle axe and just gets his axe that he has in his has in the drawer, gets it out and throw it dead in his face. And it's so epic, it's so funny. He said, "That's a good job, Scooby. Good job, good boy." Then you get the call and he said, "So, Mr. President, you want to come in? I'm coming in right now." So he goes into the Oval Office, bloodthirsty, ready to go, and crazy. There we go.
Okie dokie. Once again, Caleb, you have no questions, right?
No, I'm outside looking for my dog now.
Uh-oh.
What the heck?
Oh, no.
What happened?
Nah, he's over here. He's just walking down the trail.
All right.
I am not doing any more fact checking, but for FDR, his mistress's name was Lucy Mercer.
You said what?
I said for FDR's mistress in real life, like this is an actual person. Her name is Lucy Mercer.
Ah, okay. And Truman didn't have one. I looked that up.
Nope, he was apparently faithful throughout his whole marriage to, and I forgot what her name is, but he was faithful all the way to the end.
He was faithful.
History is written by the winners, huh?
Yep.
Killed everybody that said he cheated on his wife.
You're damn right. He did that shit. He did it. He said, "Do it."
Alright, so I mean, I could keep this going, but I think 3 is enough.
It
I
is.
think I have my decision. Not Bryce. I know, Bryce, you have your decision. Caleb, do you have a decision?
Look, I had fun. If I don't win, I had fun pretty much.
Yeah, I think I got it. Close to it.
Okay. Who went first?
He went first last time, yeah.
Oh, I went first last time.
No, he went first last
Wait,
time.
no, he went. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Bryce because one, I'm very much a tactical RPG person. I love that kind of stuff.
That's fair. That's understandable.
But 2, I think he integrated, for my personal taste, he integrated the dog and mistress aspect a bit better.
Fair.
I'm not talking about timeline because
Yeah.
both of you kind of pulled stuff out.
He started it. He made his extension. I just circled back.
Did FDR's wife have a sister? I kind of want to look that up. But yeah, like I just kind of I resonated with Bryce's idea before.
Fair. Yeah. I know. I went a little too far. I understand.
What about you, Caleb?
Yeah, I was going with Bryce because I like more of the RPG tactical type of stuff. I like the way you going with it. I'll pick Bryce too.
Okay, fair. I did went too far with mine. I admit that.
Also, it looks like
No.
FDR's wife did not have a sister.
Oh.
But that's okay.
That's fine. It's
She
like I
didn't-
said, it's a fictional thing.
Yeah, you told us to make it real, and then we both made it fiction.
Wait, Matt, yours might have been real, but your timeline was way off.
Oh yeah, I know. I know. I know. Look, I pulled one out of my ass. I pulled.
Impossible. It would not have been impossible, but the likelihood.
The likelihood would have been like really crazy. But like I said, I just couldn't find any actresses that were like around his age at that time, like hot actresses around. So I just thought, just do Grace Kelly. Yeah,
I try to make
at
it
that
make
time.
sense.
It's like everybody's in the Great Depression and war. There wasn't a whole lot of.
There wasn't a lot of great actresses that were like, oh yeah, she looks good. Nah, she looks good, but she's
Nobody's
young.
going to the movies.
Yeah, they wanted them young ones. Like, I'm sorry, you made it hard on me. So I was like,
Well, hold on. So he died in 1972. You could have had Jane Fonda. You could have had Raquel Welch. Again, you chose Grace Kelly, which again works. She just would have been. There would have been a great age disparity.
oh yeah, there would have been a great age, but the way I described it was like they were just friends, and certain people do that and they'll look at it and like, it's a sexual relationship. I was like, yeah, it wasn't. Like, it's just friendship. That's all I described it as. It wasn't really a mistress, but they described it as a mistress. That's all I did.
So, Bryce, you win.
Yes.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah.
I didn't want to
About
win
that
anyway.
time.
I didn't want to win anyway. I didn't care.
I didn't want to win.
I did not want to win because if I won, it was just gonna go to Bryce or somebody else. I was gonna pick somebody else to go. I would have named it.
To be fair, he did actually say that a few days ago. He did say, for the record, he did win. He would have handed it to somebody else.
I would have handed it to somebody else. I did not.
He said it
care.
before we started.
Yeah, I said it before we started. Yeah,
Okay, because he also said it a few days ago.
Yeah, I do not want to. I do not want to go to the finals. I just want to stay back and go back to my chair.
I like to win. Don't diminish my win. Don't
Oh
try to take
no!
this
I played to win. I just didn't care. There's a difference. I played to win. I just didn't care.
This is a new match.
I cared.
Well, cool. You cared. I didn't care. I mean, when you're the owner of the show, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can take the title or whatever
That's
you
right.
want.
Goddammit.
Yeah, you can.
I'm literally.
So,
Mr.
Bryce is
Cancel it all
going
right
to
now.
the
Fire ready.
semifinals?
Yeah, he's going to the semis.
Okay.
Yes. Here I come.
Now,
Semis. Do we
now,
know who I'm going against? Not yet.
Nah, not yet.
which is interesting because I fought and beat both of you. So let's see what's going to happen.
You're not fighting. Aren't you retired?
I said
And
I fought.
judged the same show.
Yeah, I fought and beat. Past tense, Matt.
Past tense, yeah. Well, Bryce finally got his lick in after I whooped his ass the last time, so he should be happy.
It was rigged.
It was not rigged. I won that match fair and square. That was when I was actually trying. I'm not trying no more. It's different when I'm trying. When I'm trying, I literally took a little more effort into it. I didn't care. You could tell.
Fucking Roosevelt for the win.
I wish I'm still a little mad about that. I really wish I knew it was if it was FDR, I would have been like, oh, I'm grabbing Teddy. I was like, you know how much
Matt, you could have done that. You actually could have.
I could have, but I thought he was literally going Teddy. I was like, there's only one Roosevelt. If you're going FDR, that's a little boring. Like, Teddy is crazy. Like, I would have said Teddy Life Simulator. Like, him going in the wilderness, hunting bears, doing shit like that.
Right, yeah.
Like, he would have been cool. It just would have been just Red Dead Redemption, but Teddy Roosevelt. He would have been, like, crazy.
Years earlier.
Yeah, I know, right? Just him just hunting bear and deer.
Okay, with that said, Bryce, as the winner, what do you have to plug?
Besides I've got a channel. It's me, Big B, S. Oh yes, so fresh. Don't test unless you want to get wrecked like Ryan Dunn. You will be done, and that ain't no fun. Just check me out. You get more of that type of thing.
All right. So
YouTube,
somebody
Twitch.
for Rapper the Rapper.
That's right. And wrong at the same time. But yes, just check me out.
Do you
Big
have
yes.
any words as the winner?
I can't wait to take you on, unknown contestant. I will bash and thrash and crash your house down.
I'm not laughing back.
Huh?
I'm gonna make a splash in your Mac pool.
Really?
That's
Okay.
it. Cut me off. Cut me off from the mic.
Cut him off.
Cut his ass off.
Cut the music!
Please. How about you? What do you
Cut the music! Cut the damn music! Okay, how's it going, everybody? I'm Deadpool. Go follow me at JimBuckhead88 or at GT Game Fixers. You can go. We are on TikTok, YouTube, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. Are we still live on Instagram? Yes, we're still live on fucking Instagram, people. So hope y'all enjoyed the show on Instagram. We are on all 3 platforms. Now, those of you don't know, this is not my only time fighting. This is just me coming out of retirement to just fight one battle. But I do fight sometimes. I will be back. Don't worry, people. You love the fact that I'm fighting. I will be back. I'll fight. I'm going to be fighting on the Halloween fight. And I will be fighting on the Triple X fight. Yes, the X. I will be fighting on the X edition of Gamer Grudge fight, which we'll be talking about. People, I'll be on that episode. But those are the only 2 episodes I will be on fighting because, guys, I don't need to be fighting people because I'm an old man. I don't need to do this shit no more. I'm too old for this shit. Anyway, but yeah, guys, make sure you go watch this. Watch Is It Rotten. Watch Film Talk. Is It Rotten is coming out. Get ready for that. Black Film Talk. Watch me and Scott on Wednesdays. He's going to be playing a game. I don't know. I'm hoping that I don't know which one it is. Tuesday, me and Eric is going to be playing a game. Make sure you go watch us play that game. Also, like I said, we alternate. So some Wednesdays we may not play a game, and the other Wednesday we might be playing a game. So next Wednesday you may not see a game played because we're alternating. So make sure you go watch that. And, yeah, that's it.
Caleb, do you have anything to plug?
No, I mean, just my social media, fmb.pool, on everything. I don't stream or nothing. Maybe I should start, but.
Yeah, make a competing channel against your uncle.
Ha 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 ha! You already did that. Didn't you? Not Caleb, but you did that, did you?
Me?
Nah, I'm just playing with you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because, no, I didn't.
He
but
shouldn't.
DTH Games does exist.
We're competing for you. We're coming for you. Okay.
Hey. That channel has been around, not for 4 years, but it had nothing to do with you.
Fair. Nah, but yeah.
And that is a place you can find me on DTH Games and all of our associated social media, where I have been posting clips every day on Twitter and Instagram. At some point, I'll get back to TikTok. And, where's we post? Oh, and YouTube. We also post on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can also find me on GF1 Studios, Frog Guru, and occasionally Trink Bell on Twitch.
Yeah, I think she's streaming right now. Is Trent streaming or she's not?
Let's see.
Is she streaming?
She is not.
Okay, she might be in there watching a movie.
Oh, speaking of stream, your stream stopped, I think.
Oh, she stopped
no,
streaming?
it did. No. I think your stream did the weird broken thing on Twitch.
It did it again? I thought we fixed that shit. Damn it. It did it again?
Yeah, I just refreshed it. Now it's at 3 minutes.
Well, at least it lasts a little bit longer than what it did, so I probably got to fix it again. All right.
Oh well.
Anywho, we will be back in 2 weeks for the next semi-final.
The last match for the semifinal.
Okay, the last match for the semi-finalists.
Where I will be back in the judging chair. Please.
And I'll find out who I'm going against.
That is correct.
Yes.
Beautiful.
All right.
So, with that said, stay tuned for everything, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
GG's, y'all.
Bye.
GG's, partner. Sayonara.
Peace out.
Wow.